Howdy ho, guys and gals. It is time for Amazon's big spring sale. It is a big one. It starts today. We got all the hot deals here for you. We got outdoor stuff. We got barbecues. We got tools. We got electronics, stuff around the house. We got a ton of stuff here. So let's jump into it. First of all, I want to talk about the one we talked about yesterday. That's the Xtool D7. It's on sale. $325 is the price now on that. Remember, this is a bi-directional scanner. This is not for the average Joe, okay? If you just want to know what's going on with your car, we got you covered. We're going to talk about this one in a second. This is a professional level diagnostic tool. Bidirectional means it goes back and forth. You're not just reading codes. You can talk to the car, tell it to do this, you know, and if you know what bidirectional is, you know that this is a good deal on this scanner. Fantastic scanner, updated for 2025, 3 years of updates with it. It's got the new UI. Anyway, we already talked about it, but in yesterday's Deals of the Week, we talked about the fact that they were also offering, and that is Xtool here, a 5% coupon on anything except for this, because this was already on sale. But this should stack on anything else. Now, I'm going to put the coupon and links, everything down below. But this is the Xtool, let me pull it up here, the AD20 Pro, all right? It's actually much smaller than it kind of looks there on the screen. It's about, I used to have one here. It's about yay big. I had it was right here. Anyway, these things, they get up and they walk around. Anyway, it's about yay big, and it's the kind of thing you can leave plugged into your OBD2 port basically all the time. I do. People will tell you that some of the old guys will tell you, oh, you can't do that, it'll mess up your computer. That's old stuff. That's from decades ago. That's no longer an issue. The computers understand that there's stuff that's going to be plugged in. The car companies make it so that you can, in fact, they even try to sell you stuff to plug in and leave plugged in. Don't go with that subscription-based stuff. Just get you one of these. It connects to your cell phone. It's going to tell you all the stuff that's going on with your car, everything you need to know. And it's currently on sale down to $30.26. And I do believe that 5% will add in there as well. That's going to take another, what, $1.50 off of that? We're going to take every cent we can get these days, right? All right, so enough about that. Let's keep going here. All right, the AC mount jump starter and air inflator is on sale again. This is the hottest jump starter that we've covered here on the channel. And if you've got a vehicle, any vehicle, you should have a jump starter and an inflator with you at all times, because those are the two primary things they're going to have issues with, that and running out of gas. This won't help with running out of gas, but it'll help with everything else. And it's 2 units in one, so you don't have to service and charge and make sure they're ready to go for 2 different units. You just get one of these, throw it in the back of your car, make sure it's charged. I set a reminder on my phone for once every 6 months to pull it out and give it a charge. Anyway, it's on sale right now. Big prime spring deal here, $66.48 on this. Now, it does say prime spring deal. This is interesting because I thought before when they were talking about it, you wouldn't have to be prime, so I'm not sure on that one. But, I mean, most of you are prime members anyway, so that is just a fantastic deal on that one. How about this? The Ace Car Digital GPS Speedometer, new HUD cars heads-up display with miles per hour and compass directions and whatnot. I got to tell you, I used to do a lot of commuting. I still do a fair amount of driving. And having a heads-up display is really nice rather than having to look down and see what's going on, take your eyes off the road and whatnot. For long-distance driving, this thing is great. For $27, you throw it up in a corner of your window. You always know what the speed limit is. Avoiding one speeding ticket alone will more than pay for the price. So I think it's a good idea. Would you use one of these? All right, speaking of car stuff, how about this? If you got an older vehicle, which I have a few of them, I've got devices like this that allow you to connect your cell phone via Bluetooth to the radio. And on top of it, it doesn't just use up your cigarette lighter, it gives you a couple USB ports on top of it. So it's like a 2-in-1 kind of thing. I use one of these on my Suburban all the time. And the only thing I will say is be careful on some of the older cars. The cigarette lighter will stay active even when you turn the car off. So like my Suburban's got 3 cigarette lighters in it. And the 2 on the outside, when you turn the car off, will turn off. But the one in the center will stay on. And if you leave this plugged in and you leave your car and you don't drive it for a month or so, it can kill your battery. So just be aware, okay? Anyway, it's currently $20. We've got the retractable car charger here. We've shown this one before on the channel. This is great because it you don't lose cables, and you don't have cables just hanging all over the place in your vehicle. Also good for the kids in the back. You can get them, there's usually like a cigarette lighter back there, and you can get them a couple ports there. So there's 2 cables that come out, plus there's a USB-C in the center and a USB-A below that, and that's on sale right now. Normally $30. There's a 5% coupon on top of that one. All right, the gaming chair, we've talked about this one before. We showed it on the channel. This thing is pretty cool. If you can't tell here, and they don't have any really good pictures of it, do they? It has a footrest that comes out. Where I don't know why they don't show it, but this piece right here, the little gray piece with a little tab, that slides out, flips over, and you've got a footrest. It's got a back massaging pillow. The arms are articulating, which means when you go back, the arms stay level. So rather than the arms tilting back as well, they stay nice and level there. As far as gaming chairs go, it's a pretty comfortable one. My son, as soon as he saw that one coming, he's like, that one's mine, I claim it. So anyway, they've been a sponsor, full disclosure, they've been a sponsor on the channel before. This is not a sponsored post. We're just throwing it in there because it's a good deal. It's normally $170. There's a $20 off coupon on this one. All right, we've got the rechargeable headlamp Pro here, 5,000 milliamp hour, 1,500 lumens, super bright. This is by Sysveo. I don't make up the names, folks. I actually bought one of these myself. I've been testing a whole bunch of headlamps. We're going to have a video coming out in a week or so on it. But this is a step above all the other ones. Let me show you real quick. So this is the lamp, and I don't have it on right now, but this is up. It tilts. So when you're working, if you're working on something down here and you don't want to keep your head all the way down, you can tilt this, gives you a better angle on it, and it's a nice big diffuse. It's not just a straight LED strip that's just bright glaring light. Gives you a nice diffuse light pattern. Battery packs on the back. Let me see if I can turn on. It's gonna be bright. That's what it looks like. And it has a dim. That's the dimmer one. And I'm turning it down here because it's gonna flash. I don't know why they flash. Warning, this is gonna be flashing. If you don't like flashing, don't look at it. You know what that is? That's SOS. I don't need that on my work headlamp. But anyway, there's bright, there's dim, and SOS. I don't know why. Anyway, there's the battery pack. Really nice strap on this. Let me hide my face so it actually focuses on it. You could even wear it over a hat if you wanted to. Look at that. Don't I look stylish? Anyway. And it comes with a case, which you guys know I'm a big fan of the cases. I know. I have my quirks. $24 on this one. That's less than I paid for it. Go ahead and grab that now. I would. All right, another one that is a longtime sponsor of the channel. This post is not sponsored, but it's on sale right now, down to $60. That's the G1. They're the Cozy Fit headphones. They come in this nice little, I should show the case. They come in this nice little case, slim, whatnot, and there they are. And what I love about them is that they go around the ear rather than in the ear, which I absolutely hate in the ear kind of stuff. But I wanted to include this because they also have their other one. And that is these. These are the Cozy Clip opener. They basically clip on like the side of the ear. They go on like right here. And my son, they sent me a pair. My son ran off with them. That's what happens with my kids. Anyway, it's a unique setup. Actually, a friend of mine got a pair and she loves them, and that's what she wears all the time. My wife uses the AirPods because she doesn't mind stuff stuck in her ear. I don't know how she lives like that. Anyway, these are on sale right now for $33.99 on those. All right, then we got to talk about some home security. Eufy, again, full disclosure, they've been a sponsor on the channel. This is not a sponsored post. But I got to tell you, I've got the bullet cams. Let me go over here real quick. So here's the S220 bullet cams, and then they've got the new ones, the S3 Pro. And we did a video on these. I'm an absolute huge fan of these, but we'll come back to those. But I also have one of these 360 cameras, and I find myself using it more than I thought I would. Because, it just being able to, like, if you're worried about something, you can go in with your phone, you can take a look at it, you can see what's going on, you can pan around. And I got to tell you, the solar, it works. It just works. I was not a believer when these things first came out. And I live in Montana. I'm up near the mountains. I'm about 5,000 feet, and I'm at north altitude, which is just terrible for solar. And all through the winter, and we've had a harsh winter, like 3 weeks long where it never got above 0 degrees, all right? That's cold. This thing never stopped working once. It just actually, I think it did for like 1 day. Like it was like super overcast for 3 days. Anyway, but it was pretty much just rock solid. And I can't believe it because there's no cables, nothing. It's Wi-Fi. It gets its power from the sun. It's not the most optimal setup where I have it, and it still works. I'm duly impressed. So at was $139 to $140 there, you can get that set up there. Then we've got the S220s. Now this is the older version here of their bullet cameras. 2K resolution, 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, no monthly fees, home base 3 compatible. They're coming in the combo pack here for 2 of them for 120 bucks. That's what, 60 bucks a piece? And then we've got the 4-pack kit, and this is the new one. And I even have one right here because I've been trying to find a place to put my extra one. This is what it looks like right here. You got the solar integrated into it. You got the standard mounting port on the back. There's the camera up front. It's got floodlights. It's got night vision. It's got color night vision. And this is like a radar system as well. So it's not just using motion tracking from the camera. It's actually using I don't know if it's radar or LiDAR or something like that, where it's actually seeing what's going on, which is great because I have this next to the garage door over there, the one right there. And so when I go to leave and it's late at night, this thing kicks on, the floodlight automatically comes on, and I can see to get to my car. I know what's going on. Excuse me, I can also connect wirelessly to it to see, what's going on around my vehicle anytime. So I love these things. And they're, again, no monthly fee. I hate monthly fees. I hate them with a passion. Anyway, it's not cheap though. It's $640, but you're getting 4 cameras. You're getting the base station. I have the base station sitting over my desk. I would show it to you, but it's all connected and stuff. But you can put, cards in there, or not cards, but actually I think you can. But anyway, a little hard drive on there so you can keep all your local storage and everything. All right, let's keep going. The Hoto 25-in-1 precision screwdriver set, 3.2 volts, comes with all the bits. I gotta tell you, I have a set like this from Fantic. This is a much better case than the Fantic one that I have. It has real sharp edges and whatnot. It's pretty much the same thing. Hoto and Fantic, I know they don't like me to say this, kind of back and forth. It's Ford versus Chevy, whichever one you want to go to. I think they're both fantastic. I don't think you can go wrong. And at 40% off, if you've been looking for one of these precision electric screwdrivers, and if you do electronics work, brother, you need to get one. They just make life so much easier. I do a lot of tear downs and stuff like that, and I use them all the time. And 30 bucks on that. That's just a no-brainer. All right, then we got the, was it Tyrannic? This is a massage gun, professional handheld massage, deep tissue percussions. Yeah, you know what? This is another one of those things that I didn't believe when they first came out, and my wife asked for one, and then I'm probably the one who uses it the most. In fact, I just did something to my bicep the other day, reaching for something that was heavier than I should have grabbed at the angle I was grabbing. I was like leaned over and hyperextended, and I really messed up my bicep and the tendons. I've been using this thing over there to kind of, tenderize it to get it better. And it works. It really does. It's on sale right now for $159.97. That's 43% off a list on that one. Then we got the compressed air duster. If you have not used an air duster, get one. It's on sale right now for 50 bucks. This is the first one we ever showed on the channel. It's still my favorite. It's got a ton of, the battery lasts forever. Or at least a lot longer than you think it's going to. It puts out way more air than you will probably need. It's as good as a can of compressed air, and you don't have to keep buying cans of compressed air. And when you keep running, a can of compressed air, you get a few good hard blasts out of it, and then it gets cold, and it loses its pressure, and now you got to sit there and wait, and you're holding the can to try and warm it up. None of that. Just get one of these, all right? What is that? That's one like six pack of canned air, and then you're in the clear after that. I can't say enough about these. All right, then we got the Sloosh inflatable stand-up paddleboard. I bought one of these for the kids. I think it was Spring Black Friday like 2 years ago or something. And they have a blast with this, especially when we go down to Vegas, we go down to Lake Mead, and you just pump one of these things up. I didn't think that they would be, you don't think that something inflatable is going to be rigid enough to stand on, and it works. I mean, I don't stand on it. My knees aren't going to do that, but my son who's 6'3", he can use one of these. He has no problem with it. They're on sale right now, 15% off, down to $255. All right, then we got the Foxwell two-way bore scope. I was talking about bore scopes like this just the other day. This is the one with the articulating end. So you see there's that thumb wheel there. So the end scope there, as you turn the thumb wheel, it goes back and forth. So you can it actually goes like 180 degrees, and it's got light on the end of it, and you got the built-in screen. Do not mess with the ones that attach to your phone. I've used them. I probably half a dozen of them thinking, well, this one will be better. I've given up. Dedicated screens are where it's at if you really want to see what's going on. This one's on sale down from $240 to $190, $189.59. And there's a $25 off coupon on the page there, right there. Remember, you have to click the coupon. Amazon will not click it for you. All right, let's keep going. The Redevis, I can never pronounce this, Redevis handheld radios. These are GMRS, IP67 waterproof, USB-C rechargeable, repeater capable if they don't keep shutting down the repeaters, and was it NOAA? I think that's the weather channel kind of thing. Two-way long-range radios. They're honestly pretty good long-range radios. They really are. Now, Redevis has sent us a bunch of stuff over the years. We've done some videos on them. I think they make really good quality, radios. And I'll tell you what, they're pretty much line of sight. All right. And you can use them around some hills and brush. I've gotten 1.5, 2 miles easily with one of these with crystal clear reception. You can go back, find one of the old videos that we've done on them. But if you're going to do anything, you're going to go out anywhere, like go to the national parks, stuff like that, places where cell phones often don't work, get a couple of these for your family. It just makes life easy. All right, next up, we got the Anker Solix. Talk about, we're talking about outdoors and stuff. This is my favorite outdoor camping power station. If I'm going to go, especially if we're going to use the RV, this is the one I like to take with me. It rolls easily because this thing is not light. It's a 2,000 watt hour box. Basically, they're like, you have the sub 1K boxes, they're like 200 to 500. Then you jump up to the 1K boxes, and then you jump up to like your 2K, and then there's the stuff above it. But the 2K is considered like the cornerstone of the industry for these kind of things. And this is my favorite one for taking out in the wilderness, going camping, that kind of stuff. You get it out of the truck. It's got wheels. You can wheel it over to where you need it. It's got, I should point this out, it's got the 3-prong, so you can plug in your RV right into it if you want to do that. You got 4 120s. You got 2 car sockets. You got a bunch of USB-Cs. It even has a light that's not obnoxious and glaring and blinding, so you can actually turn on and see what's going on. It's got the wheels. It's got everything that I require, and it's on sale for essentially half price. It was $2,000. It's on sale right now, 45% off, down to $1,099. Now, the other 2K box is the Delta Max or Delta 2 Max. Now, remember, these all use LFP batteries. You may want to make sure. I saw some advertised on Facebook recently, and they're using standard lithium ion like you'd see in a power tool, which is great for power tools, but not what you want for these, okay? LFP is going to give you just like 10 to 20 times the recharges. It's going to work in a hotter temperature. It's going to work in a colder temperature. They're more robust all the way around. They're not as small, which is why you use lithium ion in power tools. Anyway, point is, I use one of these every day. It's all my entire setup here runs through one of those and then runs into the wall. Why? Because I'm up here in Montana and I'm at my studio and we lose power here all the time, and it acts as a UPS. Now, some people will say you need to have 10 milliseconds cut over. I have high-end computers and monitors and lights, and I've never had a problem. This is a 30 millisecond cut over, and it works just fine. And I probably lose power once or twice a month. Anyway, this is EcoFlow. They're the big name in, I like to say, the Cadillac of these power stations. And this is a 2K box from them, and it's on sale for $949. It does not have the RV port, the 3-prong, and it does not have the wheels, which it should have the wheels. It does have the expansion capability. You can add 2 batteries. Now, I will say on this one, you can add 1 battery, 1 external battery. So this is more upgradable. But again, you got to every tool has its use. So use it however you get the tool that's going to work best for you. Now, as far as solar for these, we got the Graycell 100 watt portable panel here. They're on sale right now for $120. That's a solid price on these. But we even showed this in Deals of the Week yesterday. The Renagi, I don't know how they pronounce it. $182 for a 200 watt panel. This is a sweetheart of a deal. If you want to throw together some solar, this is the way to do it. All right, now if you don't care about solar and you don't care about sound and you just want all the power, this is the Westinghouse 12,500 peak watt tri-fuel. That is gas, propane, and natural gas. And it even shows you up here, if you're using something less than gas, you're going to get a little bit less power, all right? So it'll do 12,500 peak on gas, it'll do 11,200 peak on propane, and it'll do 9,500 peak on natural gas. All right, so just be aware of that. But this is, it's an electric start, ready to go. This is a whole home kind of power solution, serious camping solution. It's a big boy. It's not something lightly you're gonna just, tote around all the place. But look at the price on that, $1,068. And that's why people choose to go with something like this. And heck, it's got remote start. That just makes it so much more convenient. All right, now since you're gonna be outdoors, let's talk about some cooking. We got the Char-Broil Performance Series Convective 4-burner with side burner cabinet here. And you got the below cabinet storage, which is really nice. You can put a bunch of stuff down there. But there it is, all fully open there. It's got the side burner. It's got the cast iron kind of grates. I think they're cast iron. But look at this. You got the top one there. And I believe that's a water tray, so you can add some moisture, especially if I'm doing like a pork roast and stuff like that, or a pork butt. I love having that kind of extra drip tray or water tray there. Put some apple juice in there. Really adds to the flavor of what you're cooking. It's on sale right now, down from $470 to $399. Now, if you want to go with the pellet grills, and I'm a huge pellet grill guy. You guys know, if you've been around the channel, I love smoking with the pellet grill. I do steaks on the pellet grill. Great for doing, some reverse sear kind of stuff. You can do a lot more on the pellet grill than the guys who do stick grilling or barbecuing. They pshaw the pellet grills. You know what? I don't have that much time in my life. I'm taking care of business, doing all sorts of other things. I got 3 kids, 2 dogs, a wife. I don't have time to sit there and tend to fire all the time. These things make life so much easier, and they provide just as good a cook. I'm sorry, they do. This is the Z-Grills wood pellet, 697 square inches of cooking area. It's got the meat probes. It's got the rain cover. It's got the 2.1 PID controller. That's the good temperature controller that you want. Man, you will be a master chef using one of these. I kid you not. You will be the talk of the neighborhood. It's on sale right now, 20% off, down to $449.10. You got to get that 10 cents in. All right. Anyway, I know that one comes with the probes, but I got to talk about Meter. Meter makes just that. You know what? There's a lot of people who make these kind of probe thermometers now, but Meter, it's all about the software. And the software that connects to your phone, it makes life so much easier. And if you're not cooking with a thermometer, you're cooking blind. That's what you got the white cane out and you're tapping around. You have no idea what's going on. You're just guessing. Get a thermometer, get one of these. You will go from I can't cook to, oh my gosh, I should have my own cooking show. It is that much of a change. Trust me, I thought I just sucked at cooking, and I realized it's nobody. And they tell you that things like just press here. No, that's a bunch of BS. The only people who can do that are people who work professionally, who do it all the time, and they get their meat from the same supplier, so it's always the same. That the home cook can't do that. I don't know why they miss out on this. Anyway, $55 and never ruin a cook again. All right. Also, if you're going to be cooking, especially if you're going to be smoking, you're going to be doing long cooks. It's going to go into the night. Get yourself one of these lights. $22.49. It just makes life easier. It's by Thermopro. They're a well-known company in this industry, and they make great products. Let's talk about cleanup after the fact, okay? We got the Craftsman 6.5 peak horsepower wet dry vac, all right? It's got the filters, it's got the extensions, the whole 9 yards. This is a good, solid wet dry vac. It's 16 gallons. It's a big one. This is not a little one, all right? This is going to hold all the junk. It's coming in at $118.99. And then Skill, we talked about routers yesterday. Check this out, $119, 20% off. Big spring deal here, coming in here. This is your fixed base and plunge router. Ever since Porter Cable took their ball and went home and just quit, they were in the lead. They were probably the best router you could buy. It was them, and then really close behind was Bosch. And then all the Porter Cable guys, like when they eventually died, because eventually they will, a bunch of them went out and bought the Skill, and they've all contacted me and talked about it, and they're like, oh my gosh, this thing is, if it's not as good, it's close enough, and at that price, at $120, you can't complain about that. For a combo unit like this, it's a fantastic unit. All right, then we got the Gear Wrench 28-piece 70-tooth metric standard and stubby with the foam tray. Goes right in your toolbox. It's on sale, big spring deal for $175.46. We got the Craftsman Mechanics. You got the quarter, the half inch, and the 3/8. There is a little bit of filler in this. You got the Allen keys, you get the bit driver, but it's a good starter kit there for $99. We got that. Now this is going back into that professional level. You got the 104-piece 3/8 drive master metric socket set with foam tray. This is a tool truck alternative. It's going to compete with the likes of Snap-on and Mac and Matco. And with as good a warranty, if not better, with the foam tray, $160, call it what it is. All right, then we got, how about this? 6-point drive deep SAE impact socket set here for doing all the work. It's $379.99, but you're this is not quarter inch. This is not 3/8. That's 3/4 inch. This is the big boys, folks, and that's why the price on that. But if you're working on farm equipment, big tractors, trailers, semis, that kind of stuff, this is the kind of stuff you're looking for. All right, the skill saw. This is my favorite. The magnesium one. All right, this is probably my favorite. I go back and forth. This is a great saw. This is a workhorse, professional grade, rear handle, worm drive, smooth as butter circ saw. This 15 amp, 7 1/4 inch, $135 on this. Big spring deal on that. If you want a professional grade saw, this is my choice right there. All right, then we got the Goodyear air hose reel. This is not professional grade, okay? I have seen some shops use these professionally, and I talk to them, and they're like, we hate them. It's because they use them all the time. For the homeowner, they're just fine, all right? But they're not professional grade, regardless of whether it says Goodyear on there. But they're decent, and for $89.27, that's a decent price on that. Now, if you want something serious, here we go. This is, and nice thing about it is it's permanently mounted. You can move it to where you need it. It's 3/8 by 100 foot, 300 PSI, spring driven, steel frame. It's normally $270. It's on sale right now, 36% off, down to $172.79. All right, then we got the Wilton Utility Bench Vise. This is a classic 5-inch jaw opening on the 5 1/4 jaw with 3 1/4 inch throat on it. It's $145.50. That's 15% off a list on that one. Then we got the Bosch 1 9/16 SDS Max rotary combination rotary hammer, I should say, in Bosch blue there, coming in 35% off, taking it down to $439 to $285.04. This is the serious, real deal Holyfield from the company that basically built the whole SDS rotary hammer kind of market. Then we got the Shark cordless vacuum cleaner. Amazon was really pushing the Dyson? And I'm like, man, it was still like $500 or something. I'm like, let's go check out the Shark. I've bought a bunch of Shark vacuums over the years, and I've never been disappointed in them. And here, and again, look at this. We got for $200, Shark cordless HEPA filter. It'll do pet hair, anti-allergen, removable handheld crevice device, pet multi-tool. 40-minute runtime for $200. That's 43% off. That's just it. That's the solution right there for you. All right, again, we're going back outdoors. It's springtime. We got to talk about outdoor stuff. The Coleman Instant Tent. This is a 10-person tent. I do not want to be one of the 10 people in this tent. But for small family stuff like that, this is a 4-person. That's why. It says 10-person up here. I'm like, that does not look like a 10-person tent. There's the 10-person dark room. That's a little bit more expensive. The 4-person tent here, it's on sale for $144. That's more appropriate, okay? The 6-person, it's $229. The 8-person, then we're getting up there in price again. But you can figure it out. I've had Coleman tents. I don't have a problem with them. Then if you want the classic cooler here, we got the Coleman Reunion Premium Insulated Cooler with the bottle opener on it. This is just, as I said, it's a classic. 21% off, down to $189.99, $190, call it what it is there. And then, you're on the road, you got to make sure you're checking your air, especially if you're in an RV. If I see so many people who have RVs who don't check their air daily. You're pulling something that's 10, 15,000 pounds, like those big fifth wheels. Every morning, you should be checking your air. Okay, and if you've been on the road for hours, probably not a bad idea to check your air. Those things heat up. You have no idea. I see so many of them on the side of the road with blown tires, probably because you didn't replace those cheap tires that came with it, right? Anyway, $849, that's pretty cheap for some peace of mind. All right, then let's talk about, we talked about the classic cooler. How about the modern day one? I won't do a road trip anymore without one of these electric coolers. We've reviewed half a dozen or more of them on the channel. This, I think, is the best deal going on right now. 12-volt car fridge, and you're looking at, what, 16% off a list, taking it down to $160. And you don't lose room to ice. You don't have to be reaching back there, sloshing around in the ice. It just keeps everything cold. And I pack up, before I hit the road, I pack up a bunch of drinks, some sandwiches, a bunch of food. And guess what? No gas station stops. Sorry, I got a family of 5. I could spend $160 in 2 or 3 gas station stops with everyone wanting to go in, buying those overpriced snacks and stuff. Nope, sorry, we already got it. It's in the car. Let's keep going. We got gas, we're done, we're back on the road. All right, so I know I'm a what do my family call me, a road trip tyrant. Anyway, that's what Dad's supposed to do, right? Then we got the kitchen kettle. I love these things. This is by KitchenAid. They make fantastic stuff. I'm a huge fan of KitchenAid. You can buy cheaper ones, but if you want this nice instant kind of kettle, and the way this works is this little pad right down here, they don't show the cord. It plugs in, and then it has that little connector there, and that keeps this thing at the temperature you want. So you have hot water, and it heats up super quick. Hot water all the time, and it's $80. $80, and you can get it in the pistachio. They have it in black. It's $100 in black, silver, red, and this one down here. Oh, this, and then this black also. So don't get that one. Get this one. Anyway, $80. It's a great setup. Your wife will absolutely love it. If you like tea, if you like instant noodles, oatmeal, any of that kind of stuff, this just makes life so much easier. All right, then we got, of course, for the wife. I got to talk about this. My wife loves these things. My daughter loves them. The 30-ounce flows. You know what this is? It's a Stanley tumbler. It's on sale right now for $26.25. All right, then we got the Levoit. I've talked about this before. I'm a huge fan of these air purifiers. I like the form factor. You can stick it in a corner, and because it's round, it's still going to have gaps, and it will pull all the air in, shoots the air straight up, gets a nice circular kind of system going. And you know what? It's springtime. Pollen is coming. If it isn't there yet, it's about to be there. Get one of these. Get one for your workshop. Just keep the air clean. And I mean, just in allergy pills alone, it'll save you a ton of money. I won't live without one anymore. It's on sale right now for $186.99. Then we got some speakers. You know you want some tunes on the go. JBL, if you're a snob, this is the one you want. It's $40. Nice little portable, it's not that big. It's a little tiny, look at it. It'll slip in your pocket, that kind of thing. But if you're looking for some work site, job site kind of sound, Anchor, this is the one we always talk about. IPX7 waterproof, 24-hour playtime. Don't use one of your tool batteries. Buying one of those speakers that uses your tool battery. Don't do that. Get this, it's $28. It's cheaper than one battery from your whatever tool brand you're using. It's got its own built-in battery. It's waterproof. Throw it right in the bag. It'll be fine. Get all your tunes and don't worry about it, all right? All right, let's keep going here. The Instant Pot Duo. This is a pressure cooker, a slow cooker, a rice cooker, a steamer, saute. It does everything. You can even make steaks in it if you know what you're doing. It's on sale right now for $70. We use one of these in the RV, and because of that, we never have to use the RV oven. So we don't heat up the RV when we don't need it. We just use this. It works great. You can cook tons of different kinds of foods in it. It's a lifesaver, all right? All right, then we got this, the Tiki 25-inch smokeless patio fire pit. Now, the reason I like this more than anything else, I'll be honest, is it doesn't look like a smokeless fire pit. It is. Basically, it's a shell around, that's the inside. It's a shell around a standard smokeless fire pit, but it's got the feet that keeps it up off the ground so you don't singe. Or if you guys have used one of those smokeless fire pits and you didn't put it on a riser and you put it on cement, you know what I'm talking about. Scorch marks in your cement. It's got a removable ashtray. You just pull it out, dump everything, put it back in, and you can cook and you can do whatnot over it. I've cooked steaks over these things. They're fantastic, all right? In fact, some of the best steaks I ever cooked were over one of these. And I just love the setup on it. It's on sale right now. It's even cheaper than your standard big name smokeless fire pits. It's on sale for 50% off, down to $198.98. All right, then, if you're in your shop, get yourself a mini fridge. You don't have to keep running in or back to the house and whatnot. Keep your lunch in there, keep your drinks in there. It even has a little freezer in it. Maybe you got kids going off to college or whatnot. $129.99. That's a solid price on that one. But if you want to be stylish like me, you can get one of these. That's actually what I have here in my studio, is one like this, and the 130 can beverage cooler. And I've got, let's see here, I've got water in there. My wife keeps some of her drinks. The kids keep some of their drinks. I've got a bunch of my sodas and stuff. I keep lunch and snacks and everything in there. $189, looks nice and stylish. You got that cool blue glow on it. Lowest price in 30 days on that. This is one is my Mia Coupa. We showed this in Deals of the Week before, and I somehow skipped over the fact that there was $15 in shipping. How idiotic was that? Well, guess what? We fixed it this time. So we've got the long head deep hole markers here with the long nib on it. And you're getting here, look at this one, you're getting a bigger pack. You're getting a 10-piece pack of them for $8.49, and it's free shipping. I'm sorry about that, folks, but we fixed it here, all right? All right, keep going here. The Vitamix. If you've been around the channel, you know I'm a huge fan of the Vitamix. Don't tell me about your Ninjas, all right? I know about the Ninja blender. In fact, the local, one of the big local steakhouse, they had Vitamixes, and eventually one of them died, and the new manager was like, I'm going to save a few bucks. And he went over to Walmart, and he bought the Ninjas to replace it. They're not as smooth. They're way louder, and they die every 3 months, and they have to go buy new ones. I'm like, you're not saving money at this point. Just buy the Vitamix again. That's all there is to it. Nothing compares to the Vitamix. I'm sorry, it really doesn't. We had one. They come with a great warranty. Ours did die. Contacted Vitamix. No muss, no fuss. They just sent us a new one instantly. $350 on that. And then, of course, the KitchenAid. This is another thing that we keep in the RV. You can use it as a chopper. You can use it as a mixer. You can use it as a whisk. Good for drinks, for snacks, for making dinner, making sauces, all sorts of stuff. It's $80. There are other ones out there. The KitchenAid is just the most robust, and it's going to last because you're putting a lot of abuse on a tiny little motor, and you need something that's going to do that. Speaking of tiny motors, and a little sneak peek for those of you who are here, look what we got in shop. Yeah, this thing is, I can't believe how tiny the head on that is. It is ridiculously small, and I'm so looking forward to getting to use this thing. I got to get some adapters for it or some parts for it. So we're going to be doing a video once I get all those in. Going to have lots of fun on that. Anyway, there you go. That's your big Amazon deals. If other deals pop up or something, maybe we'll do another video later in the week, maybe for the weekend, to cover new deals as they crop up. Anyway, that's all we got for you today. You all take care. God bless, and as always, shine on.